Good morning. October 29th, 2012. Sorry. Happened 334 days ago. To this day, no one from our community has come to tell us what's in our groundwater, what's in our soil, or anything. We live in an area surrounded by 4 Superfund sites, the Passaic River being one of them. The Passaic River crested, and we had, I want to say, about 20 feet of water in our home. Like Mary, the downstairs is still not inhabitable. You'll see that my life is on the curb. There was water that 3 months later was still in the heating system, in the floor, in the wall. No matter how much you clean, it's still there. I live in a small community. Within 3 blocks, there's maybe 25 homes. On my block, there was about 10. 3 people live on that block now. Sorry. Our community is extremely low income and a lot of undocumented people. So when people from the government or the state come and knock on your door, they don't answer. No one was evacuated, no one left, no one knew anything. Most of them don't even speak the language. When the storm hit, we had no idea we were going to be impacted the way we were. I live across the street from a distribution center, large distribution center, and the guard didn't get out fast enough, and he drowned. No one ever told us that the water had things in it that were going to affect our health, affect if we can plant in our gardens. No one told us anything. We're still waiting to hear things. Paperwork. I went to the recovery center that the state has to help the residents with a ream of paper, of copies, so that they wouldn't have to redo them for me. And every time you go there, you need to give them more paper. We were wiped out. Everything was lost, and yet we have to find paperwork that sometimes I don't even know where to look. I've spent days, in small portions, about 2 days, at City Hall looking for one particular piece of paper that I need to get funds to help me rebuild. Because even though the first floor and basement are not inhabitable, I live on the 2nd floor because I have nowhere else to go. Sorry. My paperwork not only was held up because of that one piece of paper, but I spent 3 days arguing with someone at the motor vehicles so they would change my address, because in the computer it says I live at 26 and a half Joseph Street. But when you print it, the half doesn't come up. So they told me I didn't live where I live. I told them if they wanted to see pictures, they could live there. It took 3 days, but I finally managed to be emphatic enough to almost get thrown out of motor vehicles. I find that in all of this, if you don't have a voice, if you are meek and quiet, no one answers you. And they brush you aside, like she was saying. They don't take us seriously. There are very few of us who actually speak out because others are afraid and they don't know and they don't speak. The health issues, I have a dog, and she was home on the day of Sandy. She was on the 2nd floor. Well, my son swam through the water to get to her, to get her out. I don't know what effect it's going to have on him to be in that water all that. Sorry. I know what effect living in that home has had. I used to only get allergies, allergy season. Now I take an allergy pill every single day because of whatever's in the house and whatever's in the yard, in the area. It feels like the mold. Even though we did everything we were supposed to, everything we could figure out, because no one told us anything. Weren't told about masks. We weren't told about white suits and about how to clean up things. We did it ourselves. We, got rubber gloves at the store, and so we don't know what the effect is going to be. There's probably going to be a long-term effect. This year, last year when I bought the house, it was my first house. And when you're a single parent of 3, that's like the goal. I wanted a little place where I could make my own garden. Well, this year when I went to do that, my son was like, we can't put anything here. What's in the dirt? We don't know. So I had to have a bucket garden. I didn't bring a picture, I forgot them, which basically were buckets from Lowe's and Home Depot with dirt that I had to buy so I could have a little garden to make it feel normal. I don't think anything is ever going to feel normal again, but I'm going to tell you something. Information was the biggest lack in this whole thing. We still don't have information. No one tells us anything. The only help I've gotten is from the Ironbound Community Corporation. But everyone else, you get the runaround. You don't get information. I've sat up many a night thinking about what happened. And I don't sleep a lot because until the government can figure out how to fix the paperwork so that I can rebuild the house, I don't have insurance. So I live in a home that doesn't have insurance. So when you're, 3 o'clock in the morning and you're still wide awake, there's one question I have for everyone. Where'd all our crap go? Where'd the stuff go? I live near the incinerator. Did it go there? Because if it did, now all that stuff is in the air. Where did it go? How did we get rid of it? Because I really hope it's not in the landfills that we have, and I hope it's not in the air that I'm breathing still. Thank you.